What's up, Agents Wolf here. Welcome to another Division 2 video. In today's video, I'm going to showcase one of the best DPS builds you can make in the game currently for PVE. We can hit over 1 million damage a body shot and just under 1.4 million damage a headshot. If you're in a team, this will get closer to 2 million damage, considering this is with a FAMAS which has high RPM. That is just absolutely insane. You will shred NPCs like you have never shredded them before. The damage is almost unmatched with this setup, and I do hope you guys enjoy this video. I will showcase the setup in full detail, and then you can watch some gameplay. So please make sure to leave a like, subscribe. Let's get into it. Specialization is going to be Gunner. The main reason for this is because I'm not going to be using the Kingbreaker. I've made a different kind of striker setup. So I'm going to be using the FAMAS. We don't need the linked laser pointer. I prefer Gunner. Now the specialization choice is completely up to you, your situation and your playstyle. So you decide on that by yourself. I like Gunner and I recommend Gunner because it gives us armor on kill, which is great, especially playing solo. This build is great in a team or playing solo. It doesn't matter. We also have got every third reload is 50% faster, which is more significant with LMGs, but even with ARs, it does make a difference in DPS. And the nice thing is we also generate ammo, which definitely does help, and we get a rate of fire increase, which is good. Also some weapon handling, which I'm sure if you're on console, you will appreciate. Here is the setup. It's very easy to make, so I don't want to make this video too long describing the build. I want you to enjoy the gameplay rather, or have more time spent showcasing the setup in a mission or in any kind of PvE situation. I have got all reds. Now, this is one of the best ways to run this setup. We have straight up got Fenris for the assault rifle damage. Picaros is only good if you want to go for blues, and I want to go for all reds. So Fenris is definitely the best. Fenris is better than a Grupo. Why? Because we get non-crit and crit damage. So it's non-situational damage. Whereas a Grupo, yes, you'll hit harder with crits. But remember, we only crit 60% of the time at max per bullet. So it makes more sense to go for weapon damage, which is better. Like I've always said before, guys, weapon damage generally is the better choice here. It's RNG. It all depends on RNG. But in general, you will see higher numbers overall when you take into consideration non-crits and crits. So Fenris is really good. Contractors, Fox's Prayer can be really, really powerful. But remember, in PvE, a lot of NPCs have more health. So, and also weak points or health. Assault rifles have got more damage to health. That's on you. You can go for Contractors. You can go for Fenris. You can go for Fox's Prayer. It doesn't matter. But remember, that will be situational damage. A lot of NPCs will be in cover as well. So you won't get the Fox's Prayer damage. And damage to armor, like I said, enemies have a lot of health like the ones in New York with the big green bars. So just keep that in mind. This is more non-situational or a little bit less situational. That's why I've gone for Fenris. Now the mask, you don't have to use Coyotes, but Coyotes is a good trade-off. I like to play a bit closer ranges, so we get 25% crit damage for this. If you're in a team and one of your teammates has got it, you can put on a Grupo. That is perfectly fine. Go for that, guys, because the Grupo will give you nice amounts of crit damage with the Fenris. But the thing is I feel like even playing solo, this is a great trade-off. We get 25% when we are within 15 meters. The Grupo is 15, so we get 10% more crit damage here. When we are further than 15 meters, from 15 to 25, we only get 10% critical hit damage, whereas Grupo gives us 15. So we're only losing 5% there. So you can see why I've chosen to go for the Coyotes. So even if you're playing, close range or even just a bit further than 15 meters, as long as you're not going really far over 25 meters, and I wouldn't really recommend using the Coyotes at all, but it's all up to you and it depends on what content you're playing. But for me, I prefer to use the Coyotes for the extra crit damage. So use Grupo, it doesn't really matter. That is up to you. Then it's quite simple. We got 4-piece striker. The chest piece is normally quite hard to stack and keep the stacks. Use the shotgun that I've got right here, guys. This is the rock and roll. Get the stacks up, then maintain it with a high RPM FAMAS, which is really nice with Optimist. That will generally keep your stacks up. If you guys feel like you're playing on heroic, because this build is really good against legendary NPCs or really difficult NPCs like bosses. If you're on heroic and you feel like they're dying too fast, which does happen, go for more blues. Then you might want to rather put out Picaro's holster and a Fenris, for example, if you wanted to go that route. But that's more for if you're fighting weaker NPCs. It depends on your situation, whether you're playing in a team or playing solo. Just gauge it and test it for yourself. It takes the stack from striker level from 100 to 200, but 3 stacks are lost per second between 100 and 200 stacks. Then the backpack is also very important because we get more, it makes the striker stacks more efficient. So it increases total weapon damage gain per stack of striker's ammo from 0.65 to 1%, which is insane considering we've got the chest piece as well. So it takes that from 1% from 100 to 200, which is insane. So the combination of striker bag and chest with these two pieces is crazy, especially when we combine it also with the rock and roll to get the stacks up, and then the FAMAS to keep them and to dish out huge amounts of damage, over 1 million a body shot. So I really enjoy the way this works. Give it a try, guys. We can get over 20 million DPS with this. So we have got all reds. I have a decoy and a shield. Go for duration health. With the shield, go for health and active regeneration. The FAMAS, I definitely recommend using a high RPM AR. I have tried the Chameleon. This works really well, and you can potentially get way more DPS with this. It's just the accuracy. You can't do damage from range. If you're playing really up close, I 100% recommend the Chameleon. It is a machine, it is a beast, but the accuracy is terrible. So as you can see, look at the drop off here. It's quite insane when you look at the stats next to each other, how much worse the accuracy of the Chameleon really is. So that's on you. Give it a try though. I have tried the Chameleon. I do enjoy it, but it's not for me. Then rock and roll. Make sure you guys use this. Damage 2 targets out of cover. That's what I've rolled in it. We get an extra magazine capacity. You can use ACS 12 with Optimus. Doesn't matter. Then try use the Orbit. It's up to you guys what you want to use. You can also use the Busy Little Bee if you want to get some more stacks. Orbit gives us more crit damage, which is nice, and some crit chance if you want. Here are the modifications for my FAMAS. I've got crit chance, and crit chance once again. This is up to you. It's dependent on how much crit damage or crit chance you want on your setup. So don't go less than 54% crit chance. That's my rule of thumb generally, but it's really up to you. It's all RNG. It depends what you want. Then obviously the rock and roll doesn't really matter. Once you got your stacks up, you'll be able to melt NPCs like butter. It is so satisfying utilizing this build. Let me know in the comments down below if you've tried it, if you use it. This is one of my main builds. I really do enjoy it. So we have got crit damage and crit chance rolled on everything. Just keep in mind, you need to make sure your crit chance is no less than 54. So that's dependent on whether you put crit chance or crit damage on each piece. That is up to you. So we've got 105% crit damage. I've gone for crit chance. Yes, the Coyote's Mask gives you crit chance, but I wanted to make sure it's not too situational. You can gauge how much crit chance you can acquire from the Coyote's Mask dependent on how you're going to play. So you can actually play towards getting more crit chance. That's on you. You can pause the video if you want to see any of these other stats. Let's take a look at each piece now in a bit more detail. This Coyote Mask, we have got crit damage 12% mod. Same as the bag, I've got crit chance and a 12% crit damage modification. The chest piece as well, crit damage modification with a crit chance roll. Then we have got the holster, crit chance, the gloves, crit damage and crit chance. Then the knee pads, we have got crit chance. So that is the build, guys. Enjoy the gameplay. Let me know what you think. Have a good rest of your day. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you very soon in the next one. Peace out, guys.
But still no sign of the commanders. Find them and neutralize them.
Don't let up! Get down!
Don't let anything stand in your way.
Over here! Got him! Threats engaged. Copy. We'll take them together. They're here! Transport ready.
Plates are busted!
Keep it up.
I'll get to you.